All right, now I'm probably live. All right, since I do a Sunday evening live every Sunday, I figured I should do it, even though I was totally in the middle of cooking dinner. Here, let me switch my camera around. Here, I'm cooking dinner right now. There's a big piece of chicken. I already made grilled cheese, sourdough grilled cheese sandwiches for me and the Munchkins. And now I'm just making some chicken, and maybe I'll probably make some chicken popcorn, which is delicious. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the chicken. I don't know. This whole week's just been kind of hectic, you know. And I did anyway. Whatever, it doesn't matter. You know, sometimes you have weeks where just a lot of crap's going on. Sean, how's it going? You know, let me turn my brightness up a little bit because I'm outside and it's brighter. Okay, so I also just did a live on my other channel a few days ago. It was just responding to some comments about a boat, and I was just like, let me just do a live and cover the comments. So there, I probably answered or covered most of the stuff I would have talked about today, but let's talk about today anyway. Scott in Tacoma, how's it going? And Mr. Landfill and Bob Carson. So yeah, when I did the live the other day, I was asking people about emergency food recommendations, you know, like long-term storage food stuff, amongst other things. But that was one of the things I asked about. And this one guy was like, oh, I can't remember what the thing, Mountain House. He was like, dude, you should get some of this Mountain House. I think it was Mountain House food stuff. And, you know, if you put some on your Amazon wish list, I'll send you some. So I did, and he sent me one. Well, it's obviously not here yet, but it's coming. So that was pretty awesome. Thanks to that guy super much. So I have like a bucket of emergency food coming, and I want to get a whole bunch of emergency food for, you know, just in case. You never know what's gonna happen, especially with all this craziness that's been going on the last few years with all the, you know, there was the whole COVID quarantine situation. And now, I don't know, people are just so crazy. Like earlier today, I'm sure other people have had tons of experiences with this, but I live on an island, you know, I don't interact with, you know, let's say, what do you want to call it? The rich country people very, very much. I don't interact with that many gringos, I guess. But anyway, so I was talking to someone earlier online. It was this girl. She described herself as a tomboy, but then all of her interests were very feminine, and she looked very feminine. And I was just like, huh. So I made some comment about it, and I put a comment about it on Facebook. I was just like, something like, you know, I was talking to this girl. She said she's a tomboy, and I was expecting her to be into like sports and be kind of rough around the edges, but she was just very effeminate and like very feminine. And I was just like, well, that's kind of weird. And then I remembered, oh yeah, today boys are girls. So I basically posted that on a Facebook post, and oh man, people got angry, like really offended. Which was really weird because I didn't make any kind of judgment or any kind of indication of how I personally felt or about boys being effeminate or girls being masculine. I didn't say anything about whether that was good or bad. I just said that's a thing. And man, people get crazy upset. Like this one dude is like, I'm so offended. And I'm like, why are you offended? Well, as a man or as a male who's more feminine, I feel offended at your comments. And I'm like, why? What did you feel offended? What did I say that was offensive? Like, I didn't say anything was Anyway, I ended up erasing that guy's comments. It was just too stupid. And a bunch of other people's, I just erased them and blocked them. I was like, this is just a waste of stupid time. So anyway, yeah, the world is crazy right now. Who knows where things are going?
Daddy, can we go swimming?
I think so. We got to finish cooking this food. And how's it doing? I'm gonna check the water level in here. Oh, I should flip it. So usually when I cook chicken, particularly like a big fatty piece of leg, hold on, let me put this down so I can have my other hand to flip this without tipping the pan over. Yeah. Yeah, so generally when I cook a big fatty piece of chicken, I try to get a whole bunch of fat off it and boiling it, like simmering it until the water's all gone, generally gets a lot of fat out of it. And then I can use the fat to make popcorn. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna have chicken popcorn tonight. Chicken fat is the best for popcorn. Oh, it makes the best. Neighbors, kind of. What is the odds of that? Your grammar is terrible today, Bob. What's going on? Neighbors, kind of. What is the odds of that? Are you saying that one of these guys here is a neighbor? Anyway. Oh yeah, you guys are both from Tacoma. Well, that's cool. That's how you're neighbors. Yeah, what are the odds of that? I guess pretty damn good at the moment. Anyway, what else am I going to talk about today? I'm totally unprepared. I had kind of a rough week. I had to just deal with some emotions that weren't mine, and I was stuck dealing with them. And man, dealing with other people's emotions is just. I had to reinitiate better boundaries. It's an important thing, keeping those boundaries up when you have emotional people in your life who can, sometimes kind of like bring an emotional tidal wave to engulf you in misery. It's like, whoa, I need to get that to back up. Anyway, I've reestablished sufficient boundaries, I think, so everything should be fine. Yeah, and I'm starting to think that I need to start focusing more on getting some logs to my lumber mill. I think that's the next thing I'm gonna start prioritizing. Hopefully this week. I don't know. I still have lots of things to do all the time. So maybe this week, maybe next week. But I want to start getting that higher on the priority list so I can start cutting boards on my lumber mill and start getting my second and third floors built. That's going to be pretty excellent. And I also want to, oh geez, I don't know. I have so many things I want to do. We are both in Western Washington, Jaimie. Yeah, Tacoma, Washington, right? Yeah, Tacoma, Washington. Wait, are my comments stuck again? Hopefully, I'm just holding the tablet right now, so I'm sure things are moving around a lot. Hopefully it's not getting too pixely. Usually when I do this, I keep the tablet in one spot so the background doesn't move, so the video comes out a little better. Anyway, oh wow, you gotta see this. Whoa, you're such a beautiful princess. What are you wearing? He's Sonic? Is that why he's not wearing a shirt? He looks hot.
Yeah, he's hot. That's why he's not wearing a shirt.
Yeah, it gets hot and humid here sometimes, and we get heat rashes. What are your summer temps versus winter temps in Fahrenheit? Right, oh, careful! Don't get crazy around the fire, you guys. You gotta stay back. It's like always. Oh crap! I can't remember the numbers now. Is it like around 80 degrees? It's always like in Celsius, 24 to 28 usually. Like it's been up to 30 once in a while. I'd say 24 to 30 is the temperature range here. Occasionally it gets outside of that, but very rarely. Usually it's like 27, 28 degrees Celsius, like all year. The temperature really doesn't change that much, maybe a couple degrees from summer to winter, because we're close to the equator, so there's not a big change in seasons. Let's see, what else was I going to talk about? I don't know. I think I probably talked about all the stuff I was going to talk about the other day when I did a live, just kind of an impromptu one, just because I had something to talk about. So today I don't have anything to talk about really. Well, let's see. What am I working on? Oh yeah, the kid car. The kid car is awesome, but I need to get a battery for it. It runs decently on the solar panel I put on it. It's maybe like 60% power, but this the solar panel won't max out the power on the motor at all. So I want to get a motor on it. Partly because then, you know, we can drive under trees and stuff, and there are a lot of trees around, but also because I have this path right over here. Well, let's go look at the path. My signal will work to there. Let me just check my chicken, make sure, yeah, looks fine, simmering nicely. All right, I'm gonna turn my camera the other way and just ignore the bucket and all my hanging clothes and stuff. You know, this stuff's all fine. And if we go down here, I'm going to try to go slow enough that this doesn't get all pixely. Oh, there's my wheelbarrow. Now, if we... Oh, so this path, this is all level down here. This whole area is level. Like all down here, this is level. So the kid car could drive all through here. You know, there's some palm fronds in the way and whatever. But I want to get grass all growing out here. Anyway, here, though, this is the path that goes up the hill, up the mountain, as we call it. And I want the kid car to be able to drive up this. It's not a very steep slope, but, you know, it'll need a bit of power. But I think the car can do it if the motor can do full power. So I'll definitely need a battery for that. And I'm probably going to have to widen the path a little bit to make it a little safer. But the kid car does totally fit up here. It's not that wide. Anyway.
Why don't you dance inside? Because it's all...
let's see.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm just going to go back over here and be by my chicken. Dude, you're not really supposed to be on camera with no shirt, even though you're a boy. Because we live in a screwed up world where there's all this weirdness and, you know, you're fine. You can be on camera because you're wearing all kinds of clothes. Princess clothes. Oh, I gotta stand up. All right. Anyway, yeah, I want to get a battery for that car. And I might just get like a couple small 12-volt lead acid batteries, or maybe try to find a smallish lithium one. I don't know. I'll see what I can find. I'll probably just look around on Amazon.
You look pretty tangled up. Do you want
Oh, let's see. Jason, hey there, Space Jew. Space Jew, why is your name Space Jew? Are you an astronaut, a Jewish astronaut? What's up with the lumber mill and dragon scale roof? I've not been working on the roof in like, I don't know, months now. Just because, I don't know, I've been doing other things and it's not that high of a priority. I do want to get it finished though. It's starting to become a higher priority to finish the roof just because I don't want to drag on forever. But it doesn't leak much as it is, so it's not really encouraging me to do it. But yeah, I do want to get it done.
There's that one.
But the lumber mill is great. You know, I cut little pieces of wood every now and then. Like if there was a tree that was falling down, so I cut it down the other day. And there wasn't much wood in it, but you know, there was enough to get a bit of wood out of it. I cut some little straight pieces to make arrows out of and stuff like that. But the lumber mill is great. It's working really well. I am 2 counties away, but still in the same area. The kid car is great. That's Bob. Want to see some flooring? Oh yeah, I want to see some flooring too. Totally. You know, the thing with the flooring, and this is the thing I'm most nervous about, the flooring. I'm gonna have to find logs, and I don't know how to identify the wood here. When I lived in Vermont, I knew all the trees. I knew like 95 or more percent of the trees, probably like 98% of the trees. Here, there's so many different varieties of trees, and they're all different. Like they're all unfamiliar to me. So I have a lot of learning to do in terms of identifying trees and knowing what's good for what. So I don't know. Can the kid car fit on the running trail? Yes, the kid car totally fits. Eric says, like to visit you again. Which Eric is that? Eric, send me an email. Yeah, just send me an email. You can come visit. Which Eric is that? Who is Eric? Oh crap. I always get confused with who people are, because there's so many different names, and people always have, like, you know, their real name and then their screen name and then their email name. It's like, I don't know who anyone is until they give me some context. Like, I'm the guy who came to visit you this time, and I brought this, and we did this. And I'm like, oh, okay, I totally know who that is, you know? Lumber mill time, yes. Because the Ferengi attack on the U.S. Liberty. What? The Ferengi attack on the USS Liberty? You should try the headway cells. A lot of quick discharge capability for bursts. The headway cells, are those big fat ones? I don't really need a lot of discharge. The kid car only uses like 10 amps, something like that. So it doesn't need much power. And it has a solar panel that will deliver like, no, it uses 12 amps. I think the motor uses 12 amps. Yeah, and the solar panel delivers like 7 or 8. So yeah, I really don't need a very big battery to drive it around a lot. Do you use some kind of oven for baking bread? No, I just baked bread. I just baked bread in this pan right before I did this. So, you know, I put the bread in there and cook it for a while, kind of on lowish heat, and then I scoop it up and flip it over. So I guess I cook it. I guess I cook bread kind of like giant pancakes. But since the bread is a lot thicker, I just have to cook it slower, you know. So I'll cook it for like about the same amount of time you would cook it in an oven anyway. How long do you cook bread in an oven? Half an hour? 20 minutes? I don't know. I cook it for a while like that. Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to click that. Yeah, the D-looking cells. With a charging system, just a few of them could push a huge load. The popcorn looked good. Yes, the popcorn was delicious. And I'm hoping I can make popcorn again today. Here, let me just check how much grease I'm getting off this chicken here. If I'm getting enough, I don't know. It's going to be iffy. I might have to get that fire going a little more. Here, let's turn up the heat a little bit. Just stuff some of those in there. I'll crank up the heat. Yeah, hopefully I get enough grease off that chicken to make some popcorn too. But I don't know, it's only one piece of chicken. It's a pretty big leg, but it's only one piece. I'm not sure if I'll get enough to make chicken popcorn. Hopefully though. Okay, so the D-looking cells are the headway cells. I don't know if I want to build a battery though. I might just want to get one that's already made. Naked child, you can't come over here. And someone actually suggested a 3D printer to me today. That was also a put it together yourself one. And I love making stuff myself, but you know, I kind of have to. How do you say this? There's only one me, and there's only so many hours in the day. You know, like I kind of have to pick which things I can spend time putting together and which things I just need to buy already assembled. So I guess the way I think about it, and I haven't really thought about this much before, but just thinking about it right now, I kind of like to put the time and effort into putting my own inventions together. So like I want to get a 3D printer to build a prototype that I'm going to then build into a giant robot. But I want to get a really good prototype first. So I want to be 3D printing all the pieces, get everything worked out like real slick. And I could spend time building a 3D printer, or I could spend time like getting straight to the thing I really want to build. So yeah, I think I'll do that. And then the same thing with the battery. I don't want to put a battery pack together at this point. I just want to get a battery that I can slap into the kid car, just because I have so many other things to do, you know. I use a folding Coleman camp stove to bake stuff. Basically, a metal box with a door in front. I just put it on top of a heat source. Cool. So it's like a metal box, so it's kind of like a pot with a lid. Sometimes I don't cook in that pan. Sometimes I cook in a taller pot, which does seem to distribute the heat a little better. But yeah, same kind of thing. Nepsy, how's it going? Oh, great. All right, I think I'm gonna go finish this chicken and cook some popcorn
And go swimming.
and go
Did
swimming.
you see how the
If we go swimming like right now, we can still make it before it gets dark. So I'm gonna take off and do that. And I hope everyone has an excellent everything. Except, you know, sometimes things aren't excellent, and I hope whenever things aren't excellent, you deal with it well and get through the troubles. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Hey, Addie's daddy here. Thanks for having my family over for lunch and a visit. Ah, how's it going, man? Yeah, that was great having you guys over. So much fun.
Addie's not here.
Yeah, Addie's dad. And he's saying Addie's dad because he remembers Well, okay. So a family came to visit recently. They were all super cool. But I was just kind of joking around, although maybe a little bit serious. There were two parents and a child, and the child's name was Addie, so I just called the parents Addie's mom and Addie's dad.
Is Jessica and Addie on too?
So I don't have to remember their names. No, that's not the only reason. Wait, what?
Is Jessica and Addie on too?
No, I don't think so. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. No belly flops. Have fun. No, I just joined. I'm sorry, Nepsy. The sun is going down, and I've got 4 kids who are like chomping at the bit to go swimming, and the tide is high, so there's gonna be a lot of water on the beach. See, when the tide is high, it's really nice because my beach is pretty shallow, so when the tide is really low, like you have to go so far out to really be able to swim well. But when the tide is up high, like you can it's good. All right, let's go swimming.
Yeah.
Everyone have an excellent everything.
Everyone have excellent everything. Yeah, that